Hi Scorpio, welcome to your moving forward reading for March 2019. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below as per usual. All right. Okay, Scorpio, moving forward. Onward, noble steed. All right, Scorpio. 9 of Pentacles, single, solitary, and taking care of yourself, realizing that you're probably worth more than you felt like you were going through this situation. This is somebody who's happy to be solitary and enjoys looking after all that they have, that they've created, enjoys taking care of themselves, their own, that sort of thing. 10 of Pentacles. All right, this happened before. Let me see. I got to scoot you up here. 10 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Page of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, Tower, 10 of Hearts, Queen of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. This is supposed to look like an arrow. Do you see this? Is it like an arrow? Oh, okay. And 7 of Swords. So we got Queen of Swords, Tower, 7 of Swords, 10 of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, Page of Cups, Queen of Cups, 10 of Pentacles. Okay. So this, I don't see any wands here, so that might be quite telling. This is all in your head and your heart, and we're talking about moving forward, but how? And the answer to that is yes, and also to be strategic about moving forward. You need to set yourself up for security first and foremost. It might have started off amicable, but it might get a little wonky, this separation moving forward. So we've got, pardon me. Okay. So we had the issue here with stability in the home. They might be talking negatively about you to whomever will listen here. You are very much by yourself, and probably relieved to be so, especially if there was stability in question. It's easier just to worry about yourself when you don't feel like you can count on another person, right? It's this 10 of Pentacles. Oh, yeah, that would make sense. Stop thriving because you felt more and more that you couldn't trust them, and it was probably a slow decline. You probably saw the writing on the wall, but you were like, oh, you just didn't want to believe it, or you just thought, well, maybe it could be helped. But it's really hard when you're doing all the work, or you're the only one providing stability, and they couldn't ever really get it together. They just couldn't. They couldn't get their stuff together. Really, they couldn't adult, shall we say, or they found it very difficult to, and this was a slow burn, a slow decline, because if somebody needs help, you're one to show up and help them. I mean, you're not gonna, you know what that's like. Everybody knows what that's like, and you weren't gonna leave them hanging. But no matter how much help you gave, no matter how much stability you provided, they just couldn't sustain it. You couldn't rely on them for stability. What's this Queen of Cups? This could be a Cancer involved here. This is Queen of Cups about. They might be trying to talk to somebody. This could be them wanting to do the right thing, talking to someone to do the right thing. Because this is about, one of the things about Queen of Cups is about, of course, nurturing, compassion, loving, attention, that sort of thing. But this is also about someone trying to understand their emotions, and because of that, you have a lot of talking, a lot of fleshing something out, maybe a lot of gossip. So this could be somebody that is, I don't know, they might have to deal with them being online, trying to get some help. It could be them going to seek out a professional in a certain area to help them with doing the right thing emotionally. This could also be a lawyer or a judge that they're working this to hammer out the finances. Like, this could be about them asking around what they should do, and they're getting the advice that they should do the right thing, that they were the one that messed up. This could be, you need to get a lawyer to figure out the money. I mean, this could be basically be them consulting a professional to help them sort this out, to either talk about their feelings or sort what their next course of action should be. You might not know that. You might not know that they've been doing their own research, or they've been doing their own talking to people about this. They've been doing their own consulting, if you will. One of the things you need to realize is that they never had it in them to give. You're kind of dealing with somebody that was this energy here. This is somebody that can only give so much emotionally. They just are ill-equipped for anything of a kingly or queenly nature. They just didn't have it to give. There's a very young, sort of undeveloped emotional energy there. What's this Page of Cups about? Page of Cups. You know, they could be racked with guilt. It's funny because it's like they can't provide, they can't move forward, they can only give so much, but then they feel terrible about it. They feel they're in constant negotiation with themselves, and that's probably why they weren't able to ever complete anything or move forward. It's like they were plagued with anxiety and doubt and guilt, and they just kind of couldn't ever stop spinning their wheels enough to figure out what to do. Even here, now that it's ended, they're still running around asking, I hate to say running around, but you know what I mean, running around asking people what they should do, or if they were wrong. Was it me? Was it, maybe this is gossiping about how, you know, that person did this or whatever, and they're not really looking at themselves. And this is them trying to negotiate that from a limited emotional perspective. So that's why I'm a little worried this is going to get ugly. And I think that's why I said you need to establish some security for yourself and be strategic going forward, because I think this is about somebody that's starting to kind of not like that their stability is taken away, because I'm sure you provided a lot for them. And so while they might have regrets, this could quickly turn into blame shifting, you know, blaming you, and then they're out for whatever they can get. It gets ugly, you know. All right. What's this Three of Pentacles about? Yeah. Unexpected. They're going to be working with somebody, and I feel like you need to expect the unexpected. You need to protect yourself. You need to get in a very secure, I'm not talking physically. I think that this is, because you don't see any wands here. This isn't about, you know, anything like that, brute force. This is somebody trying to all of a sudden realizing, hey, what about this? And this has to do with growth, potential, money, job, security, that sort of thing. And I don't think that they're going to be very secure without you. I think they're going to realize it once you're gone, and because you provided much of that, the stability in the home. And I think this is about you shoring up what you have, protecting it, getting it sorted out to where if they do come at you with a plan of action, or you're like, no, I've got everything all here. I did it for years. This is how it worked, and this is what's what, and this is what you owe, and this is what I owe, and blah, blah, blah. So not that you can be your own lawyer. I'm not saying that, but just having things in such a way to where you can show what you've done or how you provided or what you did. I feel like it's going to get messy, and I feel like you need to be strategic. You need to be stealthy here, because they're going to be working with someone to try and they're just going to do something unexpected. And it involves counsel from other people, and it involves security and things. So I just, yeah. Being decisive. Yeah. Wow. Didn't see that coming. Here's the Tower. So this is them probably at some point it dawning on them that things have in fact ended, and that there's no going back, and oh my gosh, what have I done? And this is them going to be not handling it very well. Expect the unexpected, doubling down here. Unexpected. This is a revelation. This is like, oh my God, my whole world is crumbling down on me. And this is them absolutely panicking and doing unexpected things. And this is general. You know your person better, obviously, than I would. But this is about you protecting yourself to make sure that you are stable and secure on your side. and taking decisive action to do so. Perhaps cutting off communication for a while when it does get kind of weird and escalates, because it most likely will. This is someone that's going to realize very soon that there's no going back, and they're probably going to panic. I'm not talking about safety here. I'm just talking about someone kind of, you know, all of a sudden maybe turning on the charm or wanting to reestablish contact and try and work it out, this and that, when there's been this lull. And this is not out of the blue. This is a slow, painful process here. That before this comes the Two of Swords, which suggests that there was a stalemate and emotions were blocked off. So whatever ending came was not a surprise. There was kind of like a pre-death before that. So the fact that this ended, while they might be all of a sudden reacting, I think you might have known it was coming for a while. So you're much farther along in grieving than they are. It's probably going to hit them. And they're going to be in a state of shock for a while, and you're going to be much farther along than they are in the process. So your security is all about maintaining your happy home and your stability now, because you're by yourself, and either it's you and the kids, or you just don't have to worry about much else except for what's in your immediate environment, thankfully. Must be a relief. And you need to take steps to secure that. Okay. I think they're going to be talking to other people, and the other people are going to also tell them, dude, you know, or hey, you got to, this was all you. This was kind of, you had your chances, and this man or this woman put up with things long enough. And I don't think they're going to like it, because I don't think they're going to get the support that they expected. And I think that's also going to be why they kind of implode a little bit, because they're going to find that other people saw the writing on the wall, and it's too late now. It's too late. Although I don't see, to be fair, I don't see the death here, but I do see a preference for solitude by you. So I don't see the death card here, but there is this ending right here, and we got a couple of swords here. So this would suggest that it's just, I don't know, things are being cut off. And this is like, you know, can you get those feelings back? I don't know. Scorpio. Realization. Oopsie, there it is. The realization. Probably for you too. I mean, you're probably realizing, you might have thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss her. I'm going to miss him. And you're like, you know, I'm good. I'm good. I don't have the anxiety that I used to. I don't have the worry about, is this going to get done, or is he gonna, that sort of thing. Like, you're probably like, you know what? It is so much easier. Yeah, I'm sad for the ending, but this is kind of worth a lot to be able to come home and feel safe and secure, and things are stable, and I don't have to worry about this, and I don't have to be putting out fires all the time, you know? All right, Scorpio. This is about you taking care of yourself and your kids right now, if there's kids involved. Otherwise, you are taking care of yourself, and you're recentering, you're grounding, you're getting back to basics. It is just you that you have to worry about. For some of you, this could also be realizing how much you did do for the other person. Sorry, getting water. And this would suggest that you need to just trust that this person is going to be okay by themselves. Like, oh my gosh, I did so much for this person. Now I'm leaving, and there's a part of me that it still wants to help them in certain areas because I did everything for years, or I did this in the relationship, and I just feel bad leaving them kind of cold. Like, are they going to be okay to handle this without me there? And again, could be part of the realization and you grieving, but probably best to keep things, where is it? Where's that sword? Cut things off. And be strategic about your communication, because you don't want to give them false hope. And I had said earlier that this is someone that just kind of couldn't. Well, maybe that's why they're seeking out help, is to help them manage their life, because that might be one of the things they're seeking help about. That's not your job anymore. I would venture to say also it wasn't your job when you were with him. It was probably just something you did out of love and loyalty, but they need to step up and do their own life now. All right, what else for Scorpio? Scorpio. What else for Scorpio? Scorpio. This is the Mystic Moon Oracle deck. It's fabulous. I have her information. I don't know her, but great cards. I have her information listed in the description box. Muse. All right, this is about you, again, enjoying being by yourself and finding that you're starting to come alive again with either hobbies or socializing, or just that you enjoy self-care because you can now. You enjoy taking care of yourself and your things and your kids. Reinvention. Being able to, and to a degree for them also, like this is the time, well, this is about reinvention. We've been together for a while and we came to know each other under these dynamics and operate as such. And now we've got to learn how to do that on our own. And so it's, you know, reinventing yourself to a degree, but also you get to figure out what you want going here forward. Sometimes that's pretty daunting for everybody, but it can be a creative process as well. All right, for Scorpio. What else for Scorpio? If Scorpio's ex could say something to them, what would they say to Scorpio? Scorpio's ex, what would they say? Another of Mystic Moon's decks. Scorpio. Your intensity frightens and allures me all at the same time. To that, I say, duh, of course it. Why wouldn't it? Power is sexy, right? But that's nice, but that's okay. You know, I also like picnics on Sundays. I mean, what are you supposed to do with that? The sentiment's nice, but it has to, at some point, a relationship has to move beyond this. Because to me, this is just talking about finding someone kind of sexy and alluring and intriguing. But, you know, what about pancakes on Saturday mornings, or cleaning up the puke at 3 in the morning and helping your sick animal or kid when, you know, I mean, I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean to be making little of it here, but it just, there's so much more to a relationship than this. And maybe, you know, this for somebody, like I had said earlier, for the Scorpios that I'm reading for somebody that just couldn't get their life together and couldn't complete things and couldn't really follow through with anything, and even now is probably still going around asking for people for advice or help or how to do this, that, and the other. I'm sure that the powerhouse that you were was just like, oh my gosh, this person is just like, I've never met anybody like them. And yet at the same time, they're like, I'm too stupid to be in the room. Like, I don't know what to do here. I don't know how to fit with you. And so instead of trying to match that, they probably just got out of your way, you know? So it's, and not that either one is bad. It's just that this is, to me, this speaks to them not being able to, there wasn't a fit with your energy and intensity and drive. They couldn't match that. It was just a different energy altogether. No shade, just, it's just different. All right. Last two for Scorpio, last two. Last two for Scorpio. Free will here aside, I mean, I don't see any ending cards other than we got the Queen of Swords, but I mean, we got the world here, but I feel like this person relied on you much too heavily, and you know, you do what you want, you might reconsider, but we do have the King, Queen, and Knight of Swords here, so, but, I don't know, I feel like it would just end up in disappointment again, because on some level, I think you know too that they just can't. Insert whatever there, they just can't. They don't, it's not a match. Ouch. Okay, so, well, this is about nipping that love relationship in the bud, ending things quickly. We've got, remember when I said to be strategic? Because at this point it's going to hit them very soon, and they're just going to kind of implode or explode. And they're going to realize that things are forever changed and their foundation is shaken to the core, and oh my gosh, and they, you know, this right here, they don't know how to handle that, so they're going around asking everybody and wanting this and that, whatever, maybe blaming, maybe asking for advice, maybe, you know, help me, help me, help me, because you were the security, you don't have that anymore. And we've got them realizing that, and arguments ensue, back and forth, blaming, heated debate, a need, you know, sort of cutting language, or just heated arguments, that sort of thing, to where it's like you just feel like you got whipped in the face, or you just, they're a crack of the whip. And it's almost like, where's that card? Realization. It's going to just, there's going to be a lot of those like whip cracking moments, so to speak, where it's like, oh my gosh, that realization hurts, that smarts. Fighting's going to ensue, arguments are going to ensue. Be careful, because this person is going to realize that everything is shaken now. Everything is not as it was and will not be again. And they're going to be adjusting to their new normal, and it's going to be pretty rough for them. You need to just get to where you can calmly just refuse contact if you want to, and expect things to escalate before they'll get better, because they will. This person's not going to handle it well at first. They're going to be panicking. Okay, so expect arguments, expect accusations and blame, and you know, it's going to get bad before it gets better. So prepare yourself. This is a good place to be for you. All right, Scorpio, I hope this was helpful. I'm sorry it didn't work out, and I wish you safe passage. Hope to see you in the next reading. Take care.